Just 5 months, not 5 years, not your whole life. 5 months of focus, 5 months of discipline, 5 months of showing up like you mean it. You know what most people do in 5 months? They scroll, they drift, they wait for the right time, but not you, because you're here. And I believe if you commit, these next 5 months could be the turning point, the shift, the season you look back on and say, that's when everything changed. You see, success is predictable. It's not luck. It's not magic. It's cause and effect. You plant in the spring, you harvest in the fall. You show up with discipline, you reap the rewards. The problem is most people don't show up long enough. They start fast. They get excited. They buy the book. They watch the video. Then what? They quit before the seed even takes root. But what if you didn't quit this time? What if for the next 5 months, you committed, fully committed, to becoming the kind of person you know you're capable of being? You don't need to do everything. You just need to do the right things every day. So I'm going to walk you through a simple plan. 1 month at a time. One focus at a time. And if you follow this plan with intention, you'll be amazed at how far you've come by the end. I call it the 5-month success plan. It's not a short. It's not a philosophy, a mindset, a decision. And it starts today, because you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. So what do you say? Are you ready to change direction? Let's begin. 5 months, it could change your entire life. If you do this, think about it. But first, we begin with something most people never do. We stop. We slow down. We take a moment and we take inventory of our life. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean this: before you plant, you clear the land. Before you start running, you check the map. Before you make changes, you've got to know where you stand. Because if you don't know where you are, you'll never know how far you've come. So today, let's take inventory of your time, of your habits, of your relationships, of your finances, and most importantly, of your philosophy. Why take inventory? Because you can't improve what you don't measure. And you can't change what you're unwilling to face. Now, I know it's not always fun. Looking at your life with honesty. That's not easy, but it's necessary. Because you don't want to spend the next 5 months climbing the ladder of success only to find it was leaning against the wrong wall. Let's begin with your time. The most valuable thing you've got. Let me ask you, how are you spending your 24 hours? Seriously, not how you wish you were spending it. How are you actually spending it? How much time goes to your goals? How much goes to scrolling? How much do you waste waiting, watching, worrying? Don't let someone else's agenda fill up your day. But do this: track your time for 3 days. Every hour. Write it down, then review it. You might be surprised. Because here's the true thing. Your time is either building your future or stealing it. Next, take inventory of your thoughts. What kind of mental conversations are you having every day? Are they empowering or filled with doubt and fear? You see, what you think about, you bring about. Your thoughts are like seeds. Plant negative ones. And don't be surprised when weeds start showing up in your garden. Make a decision to watch your thoughts. Guard the door of your mind. Don't let just anyone or anything walk in. Let's talk about your habits. You've heard me say it before. Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Failure is just a few errors in judgment, repeated every day. Now let me ask you, what are the simple disciplines you're practicing daily? Or, what are the small errors in judgment? Is the snooze button helping you? Is late night junk food moving you closer to your health goals? Is avoiding tough conversations improving your relationships? You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. So get honest. Make 2 lists: habits that are helping me, habits that are hurting me. That list, that's your starting point. Now let's talk money. Oh, I know. It's a sensitive subject. But you can't ignore it if you want to grow. You must take control of your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. So ask yourself, how much do I earn each month? Where is it going? Am I growing, saving, investing, or just spending? You don't need to be rich to be responsible. You just need to decide that money won't be a mystery in your life anymore. Open your bank app. Print your last statement. Take inventory. Knowledge is power. And finally, let's take inventory of your associations. Who are you spending your time with? Because you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they pushing you forward? Or pulling you back? Are they challenging you? Or enabling your comfort? Do they speak life? Or drain it? Sometimes the fastest way to change your life is to change your environment. And if you don't have people around you who challenge and support you, start becoming that person yourself. Here's your first assignment. Take out a notebook. Create 5 sections: time, thoughts, habits, finances, associations. Under each one, write down what's working and what isn't, what you want to keep and what you must change. Don't rush this. Sit with it. Reflect. Because this is your foundation. And remember, the major reason for setting goals is what it makes of you to accomplish them. Before we chase the goals, we build the person. So here's where your 5-month transformation begins, not with action, not with hustle, but with clarity. Because once you know where you stand, you can chart a better course. Once you see the truth, you can choose a new path. And once you take full responsibility, there's no limit to how far you can go. So take inventory. Be honest. Then get ready. Now listen, 5 months can change your life, but not without discipline. And I don't mean the kind of discipline that feels like punishment. I mean the kind that feels like power, control, direction, freedom. That's what we're building now. Your discipline engine, the thing that gets you moving and keeps you moving long after the feeling is gone. Why discipline first? Because motivation is great. It'll get you started. But discipline keeps you going when motivation walks out the door. You won't always feel like it. You won't always be in the mood. Life will get messy, loud, complicated, and that's where discipline steps in. Discipline doesn't ask if you feel like it. Discipline says, we're doing it anyway. If you don't discipline yourself, someone else will. And friend, I'd rather it be you in the driver's seat. What is the discipline engine? Let me paint a picture. The discipline engine is like a train. Heavy, powerful, a little slow to start. But once it's moving, good luck trying to stop it. At first, it takes effort. You've got to push. You've got to sweat. You've got to remind yourself daily why you started. But then momentum kicks in, and it starts pulling you. So how do we build it? 3 simple pieces. Daily non-negotiables. Routine anchors. Track and reward progress. Let's walk through them. 1. Daily non-negotiables. The foundation of your discipline engine is your daily disciplines, not someday goals. When I feel like it, habits. Daily, non-negotiable, must do. Because success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. So what are your daily musts? For example, 30 minutes of reading. 1 hour of focused work before sunrise. 15-minute review of your goals. No sugar, no scrolling before you, 10 a.m., whatever matters most, make it a must. Start with 3, not 30. Just 3 disciplines that move the needle. Simple, clear, actionable. Write them down, then do them every single day. Now, routines are powerful if you use them right. Routines remove friction. They eliminate the need to make decisions. And in their place, they install habits that run automatically. Don't start your day until you've finished it on paper. I love that line. You know why? Because a planned day runs better than a reactive one. So I ask you, what's your morning routine? What's your evening routine? Not what it could be, what it is. Does it ground you? Or is it chaos? The best routines are anchored by habits. Habits like wake up, stretch, drink water, journal. Wind down, unplug, read, reflect. Anchor your life with structure so you don't drift with emotion. 3. Track and reward progress. Listen close now. A life worth living is a life worth recording. You've got to write it down. You've got to track it. Because what gets tracked gets improved. Use a simple tracker. Print a calendar. Use an app, a notebook, a whiteboard. Anything, but see your progress. Watch those streaks grow. And every 7 days, review what went well, what needs improvement. What will I do better next week? And don't forget this, reward progress, not with distractions, not with indulgence, but with something that fuels your mission. A quiet walk, a new book, a day off, earn it. Celebrate it. Now hear this. Your discipline engine doesn't just run on actions. It runs on the fuel of your thoughts. What do you say to yourself when it's hard? What do you whisper when no one's watching? Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. That's true. But discipline without encouragement can lead to burnout. So encourage yourself, lift your spirit, speak to your potential. Daily, you're not perfect, but you're progressing. Here's what I want you to do today. Choose 3 daily non-negotiables. Write them down. Commit. Create a morning and evening routine. Doesn't have to be long, just intentional. Start a simple tracking system, visual, measurable, clear, and then do it. Even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it, because every time you show up, you feed the engine, you strengthen the machine, you build character. Discipline is not a punishment. It's a gift you give to your future self. It's not a chore. It's the path to freedom. We must all suffer one of 2 pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference: discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. Choose wisely, because if you build this engine now, for the next 5 months, you'll not just change habits, you'll change your identity. Next, we're going to set crystal clear goals and build the exact success plan that leads you there. Are you ready? 5 months. It can change your life. If you do this, think about it. Now listen closely. You've taken inventory. You've begun building the discipline engine. You've started showing up for yourself. But now, the question becomes, where are you going? You see, motion without direction is wasted. It's not enough to work hard. You must work towards something. That's why we must stop and ask, what is the destination? What is the target? Because if the goal is fuzzy, the effort is scattered. Most people spend more time planning a vacation than they do planning their life. They drift. They wake up and just hope things work out. But let me tell you something. Hope is not a strategy. You've got 5 months in front of you. Not 5 years. Not 5 decades. Just 5 focused, intentional, powerful months. That's enough time to change your trajectory. If you know where you're aiming, I always say success is not magic. Success is not mysterious. It's a design. It's a blueprint. And the blueprint starts with setting goals. You've got to sit down, quiet your mind, and write out what you want. Don't just think it. Write it. Because writing turns the invisible into the visible. If you say, I want to improve, I'll ask, improve what? You say, I want to get in shape. I'll ask, what shape? Clarity is the first law of transformation. When I was a young man, I met a mentor who changed my life. He said to me, Jim, if you want to live an exceptional life, you need to be crystal clear about what you want. Because you cannot hit a target you cannot see. That made me pause. It made me sit down and write my very first list of goals. It was awkward at first. I wasn't sure what to write. But as I kept going, things started to come out. I wanted more confidence. I wanted to earn more money. I wanted to be respected. I wanted to become someone people could count on. Those weren't just wishes. They became goals. And when they became goals, they gave my actions direction. That's what I want you to do now. I want you to imagine the person you could become 5 months from today. Not 10 years from now. Just 5 months. Who could you be? What would you wake up feeling like? What would you look like? Sound like? How would you carry yourself? And what would you be proud to say you accomplished? It might be paying off a debt. It might be dropping that weight that's been dragging on you. Maybe it's reading 20 books, or saving your first $1,000, or maybe it's building belief in yourself for the first time in a long time. Whatever it is, define it. Put it into words. turn it into something real. Because without a goal, you're a ship without a compass. You're running fast, but toward what? Goals change that. When you've got a goal, you don't need motivation every day. You've got a reason to wake up. You've got a reason to push through resistance. You've got something that matters more than how you feel in the moment. And here's the secret: once you set a goal, your mind starts working on it. Even when you're not thinking about it, your mind starts solving problems, finding patterns. You start noticing opportunities you used to miss. That's the power of purpose. Now, don't set goals that are too far out. Don't try to change your entire world in a week. That's a recipe for disappointment. Set goals that stretch you, but don't break you. Goals that require effort, but not miracles. Goals that excite you, not overwhelm you. I remember writing down a goal once that scared me. It was so big I almost didn't believe I could do it. But I kept it close. I read it every morning. And you know what happened? I started to act different. I started to speak different. I started showing up like someone who believed it was possible. And before long, the impossible became inevitable. That's what I want for you. I want you to choose something worth fighting for. Something worth waking up early for. Something that matters to you, not to them goal. Your dream, your reason. And every day for the next 5 months, I want you to keep it in front of you. Tape it to your mirror. Carry it in your wallet. Review it before bed. Because what you consistently see, you begin to believe. And what you believe, you begin to become. Don't let another week drift by. Set the goal. See the vision. Start moving. You can do this. You've got the time. You've got the ability. Now all you need is the direction. In the next part, we'll build something even more powerful. Your daily rhythm. Your perfect routine. The structure that holds the dream together. It's time to stop living by default and start living by design. Let's keep going. 5 months. If you do this, think about it. You've taken inventory. You've begun to build discipline. You've set your sights on a clear goal. Now we build the framework that will carry you there. And it begins every morning. You see, success is not an event. It's not something you stumble into. Success is the result of small disciplines practiced every single day. Let me tell you something that changed my life. The day you decide to design your life is the day your life begins to change. Most people don't design their day. They react to it. They roll out of bed, check their phone, and let the world decide what matters. They chase noise instead of progress. But not you. Not anymore. If you want those 5 months to matter, you've got to take command of your time. And it starts with your daily routine. Here's the principle: don't start the day until you've finished it. And what I mean by that is this. Don't walk into the morning without knowing what that day is for, what it's building, what it's focused on. Success comes from structure, from rhythm, from intention. You don't need 24 hours of perfection. You just need a few solid hours of focused, purposeful action. You can waste 10 hours and still win the day, if you own 2 of them with absolute clarity. Start with the morning. The morning is sacred. The way you begin your day shapes the rest of it. Don't wake up with chaos. Wake up with control. Give yourself time. Time to think. Time to reflect. Time to move your body. Time to align with your vision. The most valuable meeting you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself every morning. Ask yourself what matters today. What 3 things would make this day a win? What do I need to protect myself from? Then go do that. Don't start with everybody else's problems. Start with your purpose. When you take care of you, you become more powerful for others. You become more grounded, more decisive, more stable. The middle of the day, that's where the real battle lies. Distractions will come. Obstacles will try to steal your focus. But remember this, either you run the day or the day runs you. That's why you need anchors. Simple, repeatable habits that keep you steady. Could be journaling at lunch. Could be 10 quiet minutes between tasks. Could be a midday review of your goal. Keep your energy aligned with your vision. Don't let your focus get hijacked by the urgent. And then, the evening, this is where champions are made. The evening is when most people lose the day. They say, I deserve to relax, but what they really mean is, I forgot why I started. I'm not saying don't rest. Rest is part of the plan. But rest after you've won the day. In the evening, reflect. Ask what I do well today. Where did I drift? What can I learn before the day is gone? And most importantly, prepare tomorrow tonight. Success is built the night before. Lay out your plan. Visualize your first move. Go to bed with intention. Wake up with confidence. That's how routines work. They create momentum. They shape identity. They take your dreams from paper to practice. You're not going to feel like doing it every day, but you're not building a life on feelings. You're building it on commitment. If you follow this rhythm, a strong morning, an intentional midday, a reflective evening, something powerful begins to happen. You start trusting yourself. You start believing in your word. But you start realizing you're not the same person anymore. You're becoming disciplined. You're becoming focused. You're becoming dangerous to your old excuses. And that is the beginning of a new life. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about direction. It's about waking up every day and saying, this is the day I move forward, even just a little. Because one day of routine becomes 1 week. 1 week becomes a month. And 5 months from now, you won't recognize the old you. You'll look back and say, that was the season I turned my life around. But we're not done yet. There's one more piece. We've talked about structure. We've talked about goals, inventory, and habits. But now we talk about the fueled, the mindset that keeps it all alive. In the final part, we'll talk about how to develop the thinking that sustains long-term success, the beliefs, the self-talk, the inner language of transformation. Because if you don't change how you think, you'll always return to who you used to be. Let's get ready for the final stretch. It's time to change the conversation you have with yourself. Let's go there. 5 months. That's all it takes. If you do this, think about it. We've covered inventory. We talked about discipline. We've talked about goals and daily routines. But now, we go to the deepest level of change, the inner game. Because here's the truth, you can set all the goals in the world. You can have the perfect routine. You could be surrounded by the best tools, but if your mindset is weak, if your self-talk is negative, if your beliefs contradict your actions, you'll sabotage it all. You must stand guard at the door of your mind. That's what I learned. Because your mind is the factory where your future is being built, and the raw material is the words you speak to yourself every day. You see, your life is always moving in the direction of your dominant thoughts. If you think you're not worthy, you'll act like you're not worthy. If you believe you always failed, you'll find ways to fail, even when you're succeeding. So how do you change that? First, you become aware. You listen. You observe the voice inside your head. What's it saying when you try something new? What does it whisper when you fall short? Most people have a voice that says, see, I told you couldn't do it. Why even bother? This always happens to you. But I want you to start training a new voice. One that says, I'm just getting started. This challenge is shaping me. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm getting stronger. That voice, that mindset will change your life. And here's the good news, mindset is a skill. Self-talk is a choice. You can train it. You can rewire it. You can go from victim to victor, from doubt to confidence, from I don't know how to, I'll figure it out. But it takes repetition. It takes awareness. It takes practice every day. Here's what I recommend every morning. Speak to yourself like someone you respect. Don't wait to feel confident. Declare it. Don't wait to believe. Affirm it. Don't wait to win. Visualize it. Because the person you talk to most is you. And those words become your world. For things to change, you have to change. And that begins with how you see yourself, how you carry yourself, how you speak about yourself. Be careful not to rehearse your past in your present. Don't say, I've always been lazy, or I've never been disciplined. No. Say, I used to be inconsistent, but now I'm focused. I'm developing discipline. I'm building momentum. I'm not there yet, but I'm on the path. That's power. That's ownership. That's how you rewrite your story. Remember, this journey is not just about doing different things. It's about thinking in a new way. Because your mind drives everything. And if you can master the mind, you can master your habits. You can master your time. You can master your life. The battle is internal. The doubts, the fears, the excuses. You conquer them not with force, but with clarity, with belief. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's as simple as saying to yourself, I'm not quitting today. I'm becoming who I was meant to be. I am enough, and I'm getting better. And over time, you'll start to believe it. That belief becomes identity. That identity fuels action, and that action creates results. This is the transformation. So now, the 5-month plan is complete, but it's not just a plan. It's a path to take inventory, to build discipline, to set goals, to design your day, and finally, to master your mind. You do this for 5 months, with consistency, with heart, with belief, and you'll look back and say, that was the moment I changed my life. Not because the world shifted, but because I shifted. And once you change it, everything else starts to follow. Let this be your season. The season you said, enough with the old story, enough with the excuses. This time I'm all in. 5 months, I'm magic. It's not luck. It's intention. It's work. It's belief. Now go, transform your life. The clock is ticking, and your future is waiting.